don't like this. That bothers me. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
Need a cable tie.
Something I need.
Wow. It's been a long time.
It really has.
What, like 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't even think that we followed up at the end of for the end of our season. I don't think.
I don't think we did.
Do I mention anything or do I not mention anything?
Mention away, love.
About how many hours?
Yeah.
I was alcohol free or alcohol-less. What's the better way to say it?
You abstained.
I abstained for over 318 hours.
And divide that by 24. How many days is that?
That was a good 15 days.
Wow.
I felt like shit.
Why did you feel like poop?
All right, look, I don't know about algorithms, but I need to beat the algorithm, love, so this is what we're doing. This is the Pitboss Podcast brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. Molly's, salute. I don't know that I sound the best, but Molly's Place Sporting Goods is easily found on Maryland's Upper Eastern Shore and at mymollys.com. Next up, Gunner Kennels, gunner.com. Man's best kennels. I look at the Scoter dog trying to stalk moles and voles. The Gunners got used yesterday. They're going to get used. We're going to talk about something else that happened. They're going to get used a lot. They get used anyway, but now we're really getting into our busy season. Gunner, go what? What?
She pop pointer.
She's stalking. Now the mama dog's over there with her too, like looking to say, what are you really doing? All right, up next is Duck Water Boats. Duckwater.com, Steve Hoover, New Philadelphia, Ohio. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but talk about the Harrisburg show for a second because I did see Steve and I did want to sit down with him. I'll go into the details why we did not. But yeah, duckwaterboats.com, and I did see when I opened the garage doors up this morning, the Ocean 32 is sitting there looking pretty. Next up is Duck Blind Bistro. Love, we have not used it in a long time.
No, we haven't.
It's the ultimate outdoor oven. Duckblindbistro.com, and she's still stalking. What are we making next in the Duck Blind Bistro? Do you know?
Well, we need to come up with some low-calorie options.
Yeah. Next up, I'm going to jump right over. We do need to, because that's another, I'll go off on a tangent if I start talking about calories. That's another whole topic all on its own. Next up is Dirty Duck Coffee. It is Molly's exclusive. Let's rewind them back into the fold. Oh, she just got one. Did she? Huh?
I don't know.
She got on something, but it was just a big cricket. I think she did see something, found something.
Well, this is where the hole digging starts. Yep, there we go.
Scoter, stop. Hey. What is it? Twit. All right, it's Molly's exclusive Dirty Duck Coffee, Duck Boat Dark. It's Pitboss's Duck Boat Dark. It's a Molly's exclusive, but if you're not into dark coffee like we are, go check out dirtyduckcoffee.com because they got, please yell at her, dirtyduckcoffee.com because they got it all going on. And although I've not talked to Bucker J recently, they have their K-Cups out now too. So they got the K-Cups going on if you do not want to grind and or already use their ground coffee. So up next, Box. Turtlebox.com. I won't talk about Harrisburg too much, but turtle boxes were flying off the shelf at Harrisburg.
Oh, yeah.
Had them at a really good price. All the colors as well as the mossy oak bottomland. They were all flying off the shelf. Actually, I just unplugged. I had our white one. I had it plugged in for quite a while, so I just unplugged it. Turtlebox.com. Next up, our very good friends at Crabs to Go. I thought about seafood today.
Yum.
They're easily found at Route 50 and Route 589 in Berlin / West Ocean City. She's digging. crabstogo.com. Everybody, Crabs to Go guys, thank you very much. And I even I guess I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. John, it was nice that John reached out to me gave me a call and says, "What's up, dude? Like, I haven't seen you, I haven't heard from you. Like, what's going on?" So, John, thank you. I did appreciate him reaching out to me. Whaleyville Wagon Tails. Love it. Starting to get your season.
It is.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of inquiries. So, yeah, we should be hopefully hosting some campers here shortly.
Along with all the other in-home campers that we have. WhaleyvilleWagonTails.com. Thank you very much. And Pitboss Waterfowl just changed it up on Instagram today. It's just, I'm not really being a smartass about it, but I guess now we're officially booking for the 2025-26 season. So
Truth.
18 days left to go to book in the 60 for 24-25. And so I threw up the 25-26 season now, so it's now available. So
Cool.
So, okay. I don't know if I did beat the algorithm, but I kind of feel like I beat the algorithm, but maybe I didn't. But maybe I did.
What algorithm are you talking
I don't know. I start looking at all these stats and numbers and, actually I had a couple people, which rightly so, people that are good friends of the show that are our sponsors. Hey, what's your numbers like? I have no idea. I mean, to me they look good, but at the same time, I mean, they're not, it's not like hundreds of thousands of people are following along. You want to twist that in just a little bit? Twist down. There you go. It is a directional mic.
Okay. Well, yours is nowhere near your mouth, so.
I sound good, though. Let me see. I don't have a mirror. Actually, I can kind of see a little bit of a glare. How about, is that better? Mm-hmm. All right. Where am I at? Yes. How did I get into... I don't even know what I'm talking about now. All right. Enough of that. My head is spinning. I'm sorry. So let's finish up with, I'll start off, even though I have a smile on my face and I feel pretty happy right now. February has sucked.
It was tough.
Yeah. I think I'll slow down just a little bit. Generally and typically, and when I use the word depression, I'm not like joking around about it, but like generally February 1st, I actually kind of have like I feel depressed.
Mm. Yeah.
Right?
Your routine ends.
Yeah.
You're tired. It's still cold outside. Yeah, it's just a blur month.
Yeah.
There's no football.
Well, there was some football, but yeah, like it's just, I don't know. I don't like February. It's good. It's a short month. So we didn't talk about Jeff, Judy, Paul, Stacy.
Not really.
Sawyer and Jackson were all here the last couple of days of the Maryland waterfowl season. We had a good time. We were not overrun by birds, and actually Nick Castiglione, you're supposed to correct me, come on. He joined us. It was a good time. It was a good time. A little go, mm-hmm. Just because, they were here for a very short, in my mind, a short period of time, and still didn't really, it was still January 30, 31, so I still had, actually we lost the 29th with the wind, mm-hmm. But still had 30, 31 to go, even though, kind of off, air quotes off, still busy. But yes, we can check off the redhead were shot, the dogs retrieved them, and I would have liked to see more birds, but I think it was successful anyway, however you want to look at it. So they left, and then pretty much instantly, I jumped right into it, and I headed, it was a day or two. Yep. And then headed to Harrisburg. Mm-hmm. Yep. Which I truly, there's other things, other routine morning meds, vitamins, supplements, whatever you want to call it, sometimes I have trouble taking or following along with, but I was really good with taking my airborne. And so first off, okay, I already know going into this is that it is should we say a dirty environment?
Yeah, it's
Harrisburg. So I'm sorry. So everybody understands the Harrisburg Farm Show Complex. What was the best picture I sent you from my couple days that I was up there?
The one of the mouse.
Yeah, the dead mouse in the window. Mm-hmm. Scott Lennox did a goofy thing about, he shot up to the Fishing OC. Scott Lennox was up there, and he did his daily morning video and showed all the crap hanging off the air ducts and all, and Mark Spagnola was there, so I sent them both this picture. It went right behind Molly's curtain. There's this window, and actually all the straw actually that's what really attracted my eyes to the window. And I was like, wait a second. It was a freaking dead mouse. And it was laying next to the sugar packet. And so I sent it to Mark and Scott, and Scott said, must have been some bad sugar. But we know, going into this is that there's a tremendous amount of people there. The place is, it's not filthy Philly. It's filthy Harrisburg. And the crud has a good chance to get you.
Yeah, there's just a lot of people, a lot of handshaking, close interactions with people. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen there.
I didn't insult anybody from Philadelphia, did I? Huh? Well, if I did, it was more of just a saying. It wasn't meant to be mean. So we got that. That's factor number one. Number two, I am tired, and I joked about saying all season long, man, I can't wait to get February. And at first I was saying just sleep a week, and I was like, if I slept 3 good days, so I can just kind of reset. That didn't happen. So I get up there, and man, I'm just going to admit the elephant in the room. I felt like you could have stuck a pin in me, and I was going to explode. Especially like my upper abdomen, I guess diaphragm, right? Like right
where
below
your stomach is, your liver.
Right below your ribs, my ribs at least. And like I felt horrible,
just bloated. And,
like I could explode. That, and then my back's still not right, so I did take one of those. What would you call it? High top office chair kind of things. It's a cheapie, but it's the one I like. The ones that usually we're rolling around in the shop, like painting from them, carving from them. They're just nice chairs. Plus, I put those urethane wheels on them, and they roll really nice. So, if for nothing else, my first day when I showed up, it was actually kind of like my wheelchair because I just pushed that sucker as I went around. But I try not to make it like
obvious.
Yeah, like totally obvious, but like I did really use it as kind of like a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh.
Or I thought, hey, you know what? If I get halfway there and I get tired, I'm just going to pull over, not side the road, but pull over the hall and just kind of sit down for a second, catch up. Yeah. So that's all going on, and I don't want to be. So I was there for Molly's Place Sporting Goods. That first and foremost, that's who I was there for, and I don't want to be. What's the word I want to use? Ungrateful, but my room was taken care of, but I have to say that where I stayed, I didn't feel like it was much better than the Farm Show Complex building itself. Ew. So I come home to that.
Right, at night.
3 nights in a row. And it was like, eh.
Yeah, it was just an older hotel that maybe wasn't cleaned as well as it could have been.
So went up and did it, met a lot of people, met a lot of new people. It actually was really good. It was a good show. And so as much as I've kind of complained about the dirt and the crud, if you will, it still was a good time. A lot of people asked about you. A lot of people asked about the dogs. Obviously duck season. That's probably the question number one, or the thing I replied or continuously said was how the season was. Which I guess that makes sense. Everybody wants to. I guess if you have nothing else to ask, that's you can kind of strike up a conversation there. So, I get home to you. You said I sounded kind of funny.
It was just tired.
Okay. All right. So I get home to you.
And which day was this? So this is Friday evening.
And I was invited to spend another night, and I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And actually, I got out of there a little bit early. Swamp People Ronnie Adams showed up around 11:30 or so. I was actually going to leave much earlier, so I got to meet him, hang out with him a little bit. Super. Hey baby. Hey baby. I can't say his accent the way he does. Is that smoke over there?
In the trees?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like it.
It does look like it, doesn't it? Huh. All right. Well, anyway, Ronnie Adams. Shout out to Ronnie. Maybe we'll get him to come on here one time. He'd be better to have in person, though. I can tell you that 100%. Get home. It is smoke. Now it's moved to the left.
Okay.
Get home, and within less than 24 hours, man, I'm 102 fever plus. Mm-hmm. That was Saturday night. Was like that was horrible. I've not felt like that.
You're just achy and
I couldn't. I'm burning up, but I'm freaking shaking.
Yeah.
And the cough hadn't started yet, but it was just I felt like shit.
Yeah.
100%. So the crud to some degree did get me. I don't know. I surely hope the timing would be possibly. I question. I didn't. Well, I think maybe you saw some rappers and stuff. But when I head up into that direction? What is the one place that I got to stop because I don't get to stop there often?
Sheets.
Yep. So I stopped at Sheets, loaded up, and I was even thinking like, what if I got like what would it? The irony be that I didn't really get it from the Harrisburg show, but because I wanted to stop and get 99-cent hot dogs for the ride home, that somehow I got it. I got
it there. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it from them, or got it, in that vicinity of some sort. But and then for the next week, Chicky even told me, he's like, "Man, you're going to have this fever for, you're going to have it for a week." And he says you're going to have to cough for a week. He's like, "You're going to take you 3 weeks to get halfway right."
Yeah, we did the COVID test. That was negative, so I was thinking it was the flu.
Well, anyway, February just has not, in all of that respect, to me, has not been good. I don't even know what's 25th, so I'm ready for February to be gone. And tomorrow, today it feels, it's like 40, 42, 44.
In the shade.
Yeah, but the sun feels good. Like I could almost shed this. You like this color?
I do. It's nice, very full color.
New. And I went with, instead of just 2X, I went 2X tall. I think it's going to give me, the more it gets washed, like it'll just give me a little more arm room, I think, is what I'm gaining. But, I'm ready for February to blow through. The next couple of days will be 60. I always say got so much to do here, but we truly do have so much to do here. And it just needs to get done. Because all of a sudden I'm already freaking out that now we're into March and April, May, June, July, August, and boom, it's everything is back again. So, so today is Sunday, the 25th. I already said we got the whelping. Okay, let's you tell some of the story because we've talked about the Ranger Danger dog. And I know we talked about it was right around Christmas. Christmas Eve, the live tie.
Yep, in natural mating on the 24th of December.
You told.
Yep, and then
because I'm just going to drink.
Well, we had done a progesterone test a few days earlier, and the doctor had predicted her numbers were very low, so they predicted that she would be, of course, probably due somewhere around Christmas. So, just because everyone's schedules, we figured, hell or high water, we're just gonna see if she stands on Christmas Eve, which she did, and then we get through Christmas and set it up with Doug Haymans to have another try at this just in case things didn't take on Christmas Eve mating, and we did a fresh insemination on Boxing Day, which is the 26th of December.
So you did the old turkey baster.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. So anyway, that we had to kind of just sit tight, of course. We didn't want to necessarily do an ultrasound or anything, but we did do a blood test with... it's a test out of Europe, actually, called Belly Labs.
Belly Labs, and, yes. They reached out to me on Instagram, said thank you. You did a couple of videos. Yeah,
we tagged them, and it did show that she was pregnant, so...
Because we weren't sure.
We kept going back and forth. We're like, she looks bigger, definitely her mammary glands have changed.
Scooter, stop. I shut myself.
You did.
I shut myself off there. I'm going to kick her ass.
But, yeah. It was kind of around the same time where we were like, oh, she's definitely getting bigger. But the test definitely confirmed it.
Yeah.
And, just
here she comes.
Sat tight and figured her 63rd day was February 25th.
Should be today.
It should be today. Yep. And, we just kind of...
All right, so I want to slow down a little bit. What would Silcock say that I was into? What kind of veterinary medicine do I like?
I don't know.
Redneck.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, you didn't go to the right vet then to get redneck medicine.
Well, he said that's what he described me as.
Okay.
So I would have not... you had to do all these... All I saw was dollar signs. We're getting more money into these puppies.
What are you talking about?
What was the progesterone test?
It was like 112.
Okay, well, redneck medicine says you breed on day 10 and day 12, period.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, day
just
10
having a-
required a muzzle because she was not having any part of it. It wasn't working.
Well, it doesn't mean
Doug was like, "Yep, no, she's not ready."
That doesn't mean that she wasn't ready.
I think she was kind of telling us because when she was ready, she was like, "Bring it on, big boy."
Well, and twice we can admit it now, right?
What's that?
Duke kind of opened that thing up and got it all stretched out nice, right?
He's had 4 years to do it, and he decides this year when we finally wanted to breed her that he's going to hop on too. So
we were right upstairs at that window. I looked down, I opened the window, yelled at him. Then shit, the next thing they're standing butt to butt.
Oh, I died. Duke is neutered. I worked at the hospital where he was neutered. I know he was neutered. He had 2 descended testicles. Nothing was retained. If that boy wasn't acting like he had something hidden inside as far as testicles, oh my Lord. Yeah, he was, it looked like, I just flipped out.
It was, and then it happened again.
And it happened again. Left him alone for 2 minutes.
Well, it was the next day or so. It wasn't exactly like instantly.
No,
he had to get himself back together.
Oh, God, I tell you.
You say he's pretty well endowed, right? I didn't see.
He looked like he was an intact male. Like that thing was throbbing, purple, big. Yep.
I guess that must be something that turns women on, throbbing in purple. Right? I mean, it doesn't.
I don't know. I might have an issue with throbbing in purple, but
it wouldn't turn me on. But I'm just saying, it must be like a female thing.
Oh my gosh, Skoda thought it was some kind of fun game she wanted to be a part of. But
speaking of, where is she? She's on the backside of the hill,
digging up holes over there now. Awesome.
All right, so something that you were not necessarily 100% on board. I don't think you're on board with it still right today, but the two, just because I did it once, it makes me an expert about everything, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I actually did it twice, so I really must be an expert. But the 2 times that and Dennis Whitmer was the good friend that actually lent me the heated whelping dish in the whelping box. So I just said, "Hey, man, let's a whelping dish is
it's called a nest, I think.
Nest, okay, yeah. Basically, actually, this one was I thought I was buying a round one. This is oval, which is even a little bit bigger. But what's it? Probably like 20 by 24, something like that. Big oval, depressed. What? Probably
inch and a half.
Okay,
maybe 2 inches.
Yeah, it'll go up to 102, 104 degrees or something.
Yeah.
Just made a simple, and again, so in through all this, I feel like crap. So I'm not really feeling like.
Yeah, it was trying to motivate. I don't know, a slug.
I'm not feeling good. I don't want to breathe the dust, and I kept saying, yeah, I'll do it, and like we're like a week away. We got to get this done. Yeah. I'll do it. And thankfully, you did kind of kick my ass a little bit on that. Basically, you have to build a little bit of a 2x4 frame, stand a 2x4 so they're 1.5 on foot, 3.5 tall. Used a piece of tempered masonite, kind of a nice hard surface.
And we went with a 4x4.
Yeah, with 4x4 frame, cut that, got our masonite down, cut the hole out for the whelping nest. And we did our quick little sides on it and all, and basically got it done, Tuesday. And you were still on me like, man, we got to get this thing. I was like, we got till Sunday.
Yeah, we actually got up and we still had to sand the top edge of the side panels.
Thank you. You did that?
Yep. And then we wanted to get them out. Let's go take Skoda's. What is that?
A little hit for you?
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh, I do?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, thanks.
All right, well, I'll have a little bit of that.
Yeah, wanted to get some energy out of Skoda because she needs that dog. Is a dog that needs to do something. Yeah. So we took them all down to Assateague. There's a little park down there.
First time I drove.
Yep.
You were kind of surprised. Like, yeah, I'll drive.
Yeah.
I liked you driving me around. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were just both kind of feeling spacey. I had come down with the same thing.
About a day and a half behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
I didn't take your feelings into consideration.
So, anyway, we took them all down Assateague. I basically just got them out. I was walking them over to a grassy area, and I'm like, what the Lord is that? She had a big glob of mucus, thick, nasty, straw-colored mucus. I'm like, oh, God, what is this? She's getting back in the truck. So she went back in the in the T350 back in her gunnel kennel, because I didn't want her running around at that point because it just looked gross.
And even from my redneck medicine perspective, yeah, like it was not. I can't remember Coot's mucus plug. Maybe I never even saw it.
Sure.
But yeah, it did look. It looked sickly.
Yeah.
It didn't look healthy.
No. To me, I've seen enough open pyometras in bitches over the years, and this was what that looked like. It didn't have an odor, I will say, but it was the same damn color, and it became more liquefied as the day went on, and there was quite a volume of fluid that was coming out of her.
I never got that close to smell it, so I couldn't help you.
Yeah, and we were both sick too, so it was a little hard to tell, but it was getting later in the afternoon. We came home, finished up the box.
Oh, she's laying right behind us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Finished up the whelping box and kind of got that in, and I was just looking at her and I'm thinking, geez, I did not want to go to the emergency vet tonight.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, so I called.
Time out.
Yep.
I'm making fun of that, but it put me at ease also. So
yeah.
Just the unknown of that, and you're like, it's pushing 4 o'clock.
Yes.
And you're like, should we do this? Like, damn, if we don't, then we're like, what if something happens? This is in my mind. Something happens to her, like we could have did a preventive measure,
Right.
something.
Yep.
I know you were concerned about, the puppies with antibiotics.
Yes.
But I just kind of left it to you because, I want the best for them. I am.
Yeah, we got that far, and she was so close to what would be considered her due date.
Right, and I'm thinking, damn, man, like if she, like whatever, they got absorbed or what, who knows?
Yeah,
whatever,
one of the
right?
puppies is dead in there,
Yeah.
and this is what's causing this nasty discharge. But anyway,
$1,010 later.
Yes.
Good. Which I'm not, truly, I'm not bitching about that because it did give me.
It definitely put us at
peace
ease.
of mind,
I was
right.
so thankful that they could get us in, and the vet
thank you,
that's all.
Thank you, VCA,
Yep.
Delmarva.
Yeah, Dr. Lauren Carlson is pretty savvy on the ultrasound, so we, ultrasounded them, we saw their little heartbeat. She didn't declare them to be in distress. Did an X-ray anyway. Did some blood work. Did some cytology on the.
They were all kind of the same size. She thought,
Yep.
like they were uniform looking.
Yes, yeah. All the skeletons were, kind of looking the same density and. Anyway, we walked out of there saying that it didn't look like she needed antibiotics. She seemed to be doing okay. She was still eating and all, so there was nothing that. So we felt that we were safe to take her home and watch her closely and see what would happen. Kind of reach out to Doug Haymans again. Hey, if this goes south, who you thinking for potential C-section? And the doctor had already recommended going to University of Pennsylvania, which cha-ching would have been the best of care, no doubt.
Well, that's what we would have did.
Yeah. So. Anyway, just wanted to mentally get our, thoughts in process in case we had to, hustle up 3 hours to University of Penn. So, thankfully...
So I do want to say, I guess you kind of slept out in the living room with her.
Yes, I did.
And there was twice where, and I yelled at you, and you didn't really react. But I woke up on the bed, she's next to me, and like I see kind of like this... like her tail is kind of, I was like, damn, is she having a contraction? And she did it twice. I yelled and you didn't really react.
And that was early morning, right?
Yeah, like it was just, I could, it was bright enough outside that I could see, but, no lights on, but it's still some sort of dark. And anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess she came back out with me, and she'd panted in my face most of the night. Like you could tell she was just restless. She couldn't get comfortable. She actually went into the whelping box once during the night, I know, but she apparently jumped on the bed. You saw what you thought was a contraction. Then
like they were kind of far apart, but like she kind of like she she stopped panting, and you could kind of see her tail lift, like, and she's she was kind of laying back to me, but I was kind of like, Karen. And then by the time you came out with you, you're like, look, this is a contraction. Look at this right here.
You're like, Jeff, she's in labor. So, but she was Sunday was 63. So what was it?
63.
She was at 59 days.
I thought it was 57.
57. No, I think 57.
Well, it's
Wednesday.
It could have been 3.
I think it was 59.
57 would have been. 57 would have been like, so Carlson said from 63 it could be as early as 57,
right.
As late as 71. That's where the 57 was.
Okay.
So she was at 59.
59, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I was just sitting on the ground with her, and I certainly saw a contraction. Called to Jeff. Gosh, it was within a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I went in to tell Gam about what's going on. You came out. There's one out.
Yeah, I'm like, Jeff, there's a puppy.
Yep.
So yeah, we kind of had her over to the whelping box, right?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
It's all a blur.
It was in the box. The video. We have. You have video. I have video.
Okay, yeah.
She's laying in the box and the thing popped out.
Yep. The little puppy head came out. Little tongue was sticking out. Jeff has a nice little Instagram video of it. But yeah, first one out, it was the red puppy, because we just kind of went in order of the charts that we had gotten from Amazon, which have been kind of helpful. First one out at 7:05 or something like that.
7:50ish.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in there. It was pushing 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Because I had my MRI scheduled for that day.
That's right.
And right before she had the puppy, I guess maybe. Oh, the puppy was out yet or not? Anyway, regardless, I just called and said, "Hey, man, my lab's having puppies, so I can't make it."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were good.
No, you go.
I was going to say the first 3 were like kind of quick, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes between each other,
quick,
right?
Yeah.
And then like number 4 was like pushing 3 hours. But she wasn't, when I say pushing, she wasn't pushing for 3 hours.
No.
She pushed right at the end, but like I was like, wow, that's kind of. And we, to me, your eyes are better at it, but like in the X-rays, I couldn't really tell what I was looking at.
Yeah, it's I always find it difficult to get an exact number unless there's like 3 and no one's overlapping.
Yeah. And Dr. Carlson had said that she thought she saw at least in the X-ray at least 7.
At least 7, possibly 8.
Yeah. So a couple things as this is happening. Number 1, I don't recall. What's the blue green water? What's that?
The placenta.
Okay. I remember with Coot, like the very first one, it was like somebody, like a gallon of water came. Like it was just like,
when
like
the sac broke.
Yeah, like it was like pretty intense. Maybe it wasn't, but that's what I recall. Whereas with Rye, it came out, but like it was just a little bit. It
really wasn't that much.
No, and I'm like, that threw me off. I was like, well, like I don't like. Again, only being the expert from having 2 litters before, I just didn't see. I don't know. I just didn't think. Not that she wasn't having puppies yet, but I was like, well, I don't really see the mess yet. And all of a sudden, she got a puppy out.
Yeah.
But I do remember that the smell is pretty much exactly the same. And I think it definitely, for whatever, I'm older, weaker, weenier. Like, man, it
bothers you.
Yeah, it kind of definitely did bother me.
Yes.
No, speak.
So as none of the placentas. Oh, I'm sorry, not none. Only one placenta actually came out during the whole birthing process. So I had to tie off a couple of the cords. I had to have him hold the puppy so I could get the dental floss around there and tie these things off. Yeah, he didn't do well with that. No. But anyway. So the whole process, I talk about how many and what happened at the end.
Oh, first off, I want to say, if you've never experienced it, you got to experience. Maybe I don't know. It doesn't have to necessarily be a lab, but I think once in your life, man, you have to experience like puppy birth, because it's, to me, like, it's a pretty cool experience.
It is.
Yeah, it's just like,
let's not encourage a whole bunch of dogs going into labor when there's so many pitties that need homes.
Well, okay, yeah, but again, like from a selfish personal standpoint, like it's just a really cool.
It is
like 59 days ago, like they tied, and now all of a sudden, like damn, like there's this little life that come out, right?
Yeah.
Can't see, I guess they can hear, but their ears are closed, and just kind of not really barking, but kind of doing that whimpering, and we'll say they're in distress, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. They're kind of talking.
Yeah. So number 4 was around noonish. So it took a little while. And then, I don't know, like 5 and 6 were slow. And I did hear you yell my name. You're like, oh, I'm going to take her out and see if she, walk around, let her pee some. And I hear you. So that would have been number 7. Yeah, that was number 7. Which you caught it before it didn't really hit the ground, and I can't remember without looking like back at the sheet. number 8 happened in there, and then basically, okay, there was instead of 7, there's 8 of them.
Yeah,
okay, we're done. Yeah, like you're touching her belly, and you're like, I don't feel anything, and now it's like starting to get dark out, and I was like, I'm gonna let her out, or you let her out, and I'm like, well, what? If, like, I kind of panicked real quick. I was like, I'm going out with the Q-beam. Like, what if she, what if she has one? And you're like, yeah, I don't, no, I don't think so. Like, she's done. Okay, so I went out, and sure enough, I did go. I didn't catch her in the beginning, but I caught where she at least squatted. So I went over and looked. I was like, yeah, there's nothing here. And Duke kind of came over. He peed on top of it, and come back in, kind of getting settled. I went and took a shower.
I'm doing dishes.
You heard the sink, and I'm sitting there in the chair. I'm like, oh, I'll just get up and because you can hear them. They're making noises and stuff, and I'll hear this licking. I'm like, I'll get up and look, and I'm like, holy shit, Karen, there's number 9. She just had another one.
That was funny.
So that was
that's Pinky.
That's Pinky. He's the littlest one. We have caught him up. That he's definitely gaining weight. He is definitely behind everybody weight wise at the moment. But he's gaining weight, so we're good there. But no, like it was a long day.
It was 5 minutes short of 12 hours.
Yeah, from the first one to the last one.
Yeah.
And then we were like, is she going to have another one?
Yeah.
Like, well, what if...
Oh, my gosh. At that point,
what if number 10's in there? Yeah. What if number 10's in there? So anyway, we have 9. She's definitely male heavy. 6 males and 3 females. But everybody's doing really well. And last night was night number 4. And I did that little video. If anybody wants to follow along with all this, you can just jump on Instagram at Pitboss Kennels, at Pitboss Waterfowl. I tagged you in a bunch of stuff too, at Pitboss Salty Black Labs. It's out there a good bit. But you used to make fun of me when we talked about doing puppies. That when I said, and I think unless Sue Shaw was just totally effing with me, she's like, with the first litters, she was my guru of a whelping guru. Like I asked her everything, like this, that, the other. I had no experience, right? I had no experience with it at all. And she said, you got to sleep with them for the first 2 weeks. I'm like, why? She's like, just so they survive, and that you're there all the time, and you gotta be there. If she gets out, that's fine, but like you need to be there. So anyway, last night, and I did the video this morning. Edited it this morning, but you pretty much made fun of me on that when I said, yeah, you got to sleep with them, Karen.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Well, I will say this: the freaking concrete is hard. I don't know if I've ever had to sleep like right on concrete before.
Well, you don't have to, because there is a bed that only one of us has to be there.
But it's kind of like camping.
That's what you keep saying. You keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, it's kind of like camping. You are sleeping on a twin mattress or something. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's been a couple times that they've. So, if you don't know, like they're pretty much constantly noisy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
At night, oh my gosh.
There's always making these little cooing and just these little cooing sounds, and but and even when she's not in there, occasionally I guess somebody steps on somebody and hears kind of a squeal, right? But there has been a couple times where, like, one was underneath her when she got in, or it's behind her, or whatever. Yeah. And it is. I don't know. From bed, I probably wouldn't hear that.
No.
If we were in our room,
be in a deep sleep, I think, for sure.
Yeah. But it's just been. I keep saying, but it's just been a cool experience. I hope that it continues to be a really cool experience, which I want it to be. And but she's I do want to say is 2 things actually. Number 1, I am very impressed with her that she really, which we thought she was going to be a good mom.
Oh yeah. She very much has kind of had that nurturing motherly instinct towards the other 2 dogs, Duke and Skoda.
She has growled.
Yeah, she let him know.
Yeah, not viciously, but a couple times she's like,
yeah, Duke and Skoda. Skoda wants to be in the mix of everything, so yeah, she had to warn her off a bit.
Yeah, that, and then the other thing, Karen, hats off to you, and sincerely, as much as I can say, like, you've done a tremendous amount. Yeah, much more than I have.
Emotionally invested.
Well, I mean, I guess the time before I truly was all by myself, so I actually did do everything, and maybe I didn't do it to the extent that you do. Or you've implied and implemented into our little puppy program, if I can call it that. But no, man, like I appreciate you, so thank you.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. I like I said to you last night, it's definitely, I have a tendency to get a little stressed and worried, but it's fun.
So speaking of having fun and the puppies, this is a thought that went through my mind today. Mm-hmm. Can I get a new camera body?
Oh, jeez. Can we have that discussion later?
I can wait a few weeks.
We can have that discussion.
Like when they're like 3 and 4 weeks old, like.
You have a nice camera.
No, I don't. I don't have. I can show you, and I sent it to Scott too, and he was.
Scott Moody, do not get involved in this conversation.
It was a series of a white wing scoter coming in. It was like 86, like it was 86 frames of this bird coming in, and I just envisioned of like these little guys rocking and rolling across. I'm going to be laying on the ground.
So how did you get good pictures of all Coots puppies?
Well, because I had better bodies then.
Well, you have an even better body now than what you had then.
Yeah, no, not really. No.
Oh my gosh.
It was the 1D Mark IV and Mark V is what I had.
And haven't we been talking about all the work we have to do here?
I know, but I was like, actually, this is how I justified it in my mind. Although we have not sold a puppy yet at all, like the puppy money could go to offset the camera.
Oh, it could.
The body.
How about you sell some of the camera equipment you already have?
I'll be happy to do that. Anybody want to buy something?
Yeah, he's got all kinds of lenses and everything.
Well, lenses I don't want to get rid of.
Oh, okay.
Why? I wanted to get rid of that 600, and you're like, no, we should keep that.
No, and you've used it just the other week.
All right. Well, anyway, I did go through that in my mind today of like, it's going to get nice here a little bit. 3 weeks, they're going to be outside, starting to go outside, and I just thought it'd be really cool to like, try to just to improve my still photography. Because I'm definitely way out of the loop on that. Mm-hmm. I might be, not that my videography is great, but I definitely think what would I say? I'm definitely equal, if not slightly ahead of the curve there. But still photography, man, that's like light years ago that I did anything. But yeah, I did go through that thought process. Like, well, if I get the body, kind of a couple puppies would offset that. And I am going to use it to take pictures of the puppies. And then I was like, wow, that could really get me, like, jumpstart me, get me back into, taking still pictures.
Yeah, until a new body comes out and, guess what?
Nah.
Karen, I need another new camera body.
No, Karen.
This one is...
No, Karen. Scott Moody told me I wouldn't need. He said, this is the body.
All right,
He
Scott.
says, this is what you need to get. That's what he said. Why would I not believe Scott Moody?
I know you... I believe Scott Moody, but I don't need his input right now because we have too much work to do here.
Love, it's only money.
How much electric work do we need to do? And that wire is expensive.
Well, maybe we can find some. Hey, Ride Dog. She really looks good.
Yeah, he changes the subject. This is what he does.
No, I think
he's like, look at that.
Hey, can I tell you this? Her eyes are a little glassy.
She's got to be tight. She needs to go in and lay with those puppies. But
you want to do that? Make sure they're getting in there safely.
Yeah, I just don't think she's going to want to do it while we're out here.
Okay, well then, I don't think it's going to hurt them for.
Yeah, another few minutes.
Yeah, half an hour or something, whatever. All right, so the whole camera body did go through my mind this morning because I really remember. I think one time, I don't know. I think it was the first litter. I justified getting a lens. I was like, the lens will be really. You need to put your mic back on. Sorry. That's all right. I think it was a wide angle lens I got. But anyway, the puppies are all good and well. They're black. They're growing. Yeah, I mean, I want them to get bigger quick, but at the same time, maybe not so quick.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden it'll be,
Well, the work really begins, I think.
Well,
right?
one week becomes 2 weeks, becomes 3 weeks, and.
Yep. Next thing you know, you'll be trying to train another junior hunter.
So, good segue, love. Mm-hmm. Speaking of dog training.
Well, we're not finished with the puppy talk.
Oh, let's keep talking puppies.
So what did we do yesterday for the first time?
What's it called? ENS?
ENS. Early neurologic stimulation.
And again, Sue Shaw, Chaka Shaw. Mm-hmm. Sue had the first Master National curly coat. Mm-hmm. Her name was Jade.
Okay.
So thank you, Sue. Sue told me about this way back in the day. I think you laughed at me about that too.
I was going to say another thing I teased you about.
Damn.
I was like, you what? You put them on a cold cloth? What are you, nuts?
You got to do that.
All right. So yes, my ignorance led me to the internet where I read up about it. It's actually on the AKC website now too.
Okay.
Which I don't think it was when I first started looking around, but yeah. So there's 5 simple little tasks, procedures.
Yeah, I would say procedures.
Exercises.
Steps. How about steps?
To stimulate these puppies, put them under a little bit of stress, and it apparently just helps with their ability to deal with stressful situations as they get older. It stimulates part of the brain that they wouldn't have otherwise. So we have their head up, their head down, on their back. Tickle their little feet with a Q-tip, and then put them feet down on a cold washcloth.
Yeah.
So
I didn't you know better than me because you remember all this good stuff. Mike Barabee did this with Scoter and Rye, right?
I don't know.
You don't know that he did that or not?
No.
We do know that Bob Owen does it.
Yes.
Lone Duck Outfitters.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know Bob does it. I can't. I thought we did. I thought we said Mike had done that. But
maybe he did.
It's not a big deal.
Definitely, both Skoda and Rye definitely, handle stress. And Rye was ready to go hunting at 4 months of age.
She really was. And I warned you about it. I was like, I don't know, Karen. This is not the thing to do. We haven't fired a gun yet. And she's just like,
yep. I was like, yeah, I'll go get it. I'm full.
Her eyes are glassy.
Oh, baby. Anyway, sorry. I just want to make sure we, so we have to do it from day 3 of age through 16 is what's recommended. So
I thought it was for 16 days, but I'm good with it. We can do it 20 days. I don't care.
Okay.
Basically, to somebody maybe doesn't understand, they're not into the dog world. For whatever reason, if they didn't understand what you just said, I'm going to do the condensed version of basically you're making the dog do something, take it out of its comfort zone.
Yep.
Like they don't want to be held, right? Especially upside
down.
Position. Yeah. No. They're like just struggling, and they got that little gyro thing going on where they're like trying to get themselves turned back over. Yeah. So I think it just kind of helps. That would be you're taking them out of their comfort zone, and maybe just like with dog training in general, like you're making them do what you want to do versus letting them do kind of. I always say dogs are like little kids. Dogs, puppies especially, don't have a conscience. They don't care.
She wants to go in. I'm going to let her in. Okay. So.
All right. Are we good, love? While you were gone, I sat here and just kind of put my hands out. I'm like, man, like the sun feels good. And then it made me think of, I guess, tomorrow and the next 2 days, 3 days, it's going to be in the 60s. And I'm like, man, this is good for my psyche.
Getting some sunshine.
Well, that just like I'm ready. I love winter. I love hunting. I love waterfowl. I love all that's the nastiness, the coldness. Flip flops, shorts. I'm good to go, right? Mm-hmm. But once it's over, I'm ready for it to be done. Yeah. Like, let's move on because I want to do other stuff. But yeah, I just kind of sat here. I was like, oh man, the sun feels like really good. Yeah. I just my mind would jump to a bunch of different stuff. The grass is already halfway green. I still would like to try to do a wood duck box on the front ditch. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yes,
my mind went.
That would be horrible.
It's on the outside of the fence. My mind went to that, and then it's like it's going to get nice quickly, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining at all because I want it to be nice. Lots and lots of stuff to do. Speaking of, are we done with puppies? Because we said dog training, and you're like we weren't done with puppies.
Yeah. No. Good to go.
So yesterday was something you've been trying to do, at least twice? While the season was on?
Oh, yes. Yep. To go to, was it Greenwood's, Greenwood, what was it, Hunt Club?
First State Retriever Club.
Thank you. Sorry. It's in Greenwood.
Yeah.
So they had a couple of training days back in January. Both were cancelled with weather.
Snow, it was kind of crappy. So yesterday I got up, loaded up Uncle Dookie, as we are affectionately calling him now, as well as the Scoter dog, and I headed north, not far at all. And I got to say, man, I think it was a really good experience for her. just being in that environment of, yes, we can sit here and we can do all kinds of training, on and on and on, but you can't pull up where there's, 20 vehicles and, 30 some dogs. And at the same time, it was a sporting clays range next to us. So like those gunshots are going off constantly. And it's just, I don't know, it was good. It's a training day. They set it up kind of like as a hunt test, and you can just run them however you want to do them. Basically the first setup was a triple with a master blind down in between the marks. There was a senior blind was off outside of the marks, and I just ran it as as singles. Mm-hmm. I guess would you say egoishly? My ego. I said, shoot, man, Scoter's, she's force fetched. She can pass a junior test.
Yeah, with bumpers, it's no big deal.
If yesterday was a junior test, she would have failed because the very first mark, she got a mallard thrown to her. Never picked a mallard up before, and she wasn't really she wasn't all about picking up the mallard. They actually tossed a bumper for her, came back. The second mark, do you want bumpers or birds? I'm like, I want a bird. So anyway, first one was thrown left to right. Second one, and that was the right gun. The center gun thrown left to right, and ran out. Did nice, picked it up, came back. A little sloppy at the line with the whole holding, kind of thing that she kind of basically dropped. I had to get her to pick it up, fetch, and as I walked away from her, and I just grabbed a bird. I didn't want to make more issues out of anything. And then the third one with the left gun was thrown right to left, and she went out and picked it up real nice, and within that, not that she picked the first bird up, but within those 3 marks, she was good to go. We kind of just sat off to the side, if you will, we honored on lead, but I just sat there, no bird. And she got to see the mark. She got to see a dog go good, and we just walked off the line. She was good to go. So nice. Hung out for the second one. Second one I was a little more lenient, didn't really basically let her walk. Yes, electric collar, pinch collar with just this stubby lead, but not a big long lead. And it was a good experience. It was a good experience on top of what have we been doing here in the yard.
Back to the pile.
Yep, back to the pile, forced to the pile. Mm-hmm. Trying to do it. Yes, I've missed a day or two in there as far as it not being steady, whether it was weather or I felt like crap, right? Mm-hmm. But came home, and thank you for putting the bumpers out. Went ahead and did, what is it? She's probably running, she has no trouble running, so she's doing 50, 60 yards right now, back to the pile, forced to the pile. I'll start her off sitting remotely, looking at me and casting her back to the pile. Mm-hmm. And I think she's done a really good job. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy with her progress, and she loves to do it. And talk about, hey, Scoter, you want to dog train? And she's usually
very excited.
Usually, excited and sits right down, what are we doing? Kind of thing. So,
yep.
I did snatch had a couple of extra birds there. I did snatch a mallard from the training yesterday, so we got that in our arsenal because she had been picking up Scoter. Mm-hmm. Surfs and commons, and definitely,
sorry.
You're good. I would have hit the button if I didn't. That's all right. She's been doing scoters, sea ducks, as well as bumpers, and she's just. I feel much more confident now. Although I felt confident yesterday, if that was a hunt test, that we got this. She can do this. Mm-hmm. And she wouldn't have, just because she wouldn't have picked the bird up, and or there'd been an issue with the first bird down. So I think we're going to do another training day in March there, and then the first test will probably be in April for her.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. By the fall,
Careful what you say.
I was just going to say, with my ego, I don't want to be too bold, but I still think all this is about the concepts. Mm-hmm. We need to get our white chairs I keep talking about. And I think conceptually we could show her not a high level master test, but well, I don't want to say it's an easy master test, but not a crazy master test with what they're throwing at the dogs. If it was a middle of the road master test, well, definitely senior a middle of the road master test by fall. See if I'd like to try to run her in one just to see where we're at. If she doesn't pass it, that's fine. With Coot was super young. I was running her master before she was 2 years old, and we failed. And like I kind of got to the point of like, if she doesn't pass this one, I'm not running another master. And it was just stupid stuff. It was like honoring. Well, I guess I'm calling it stupid. But it wasn't that she couldn't do the work necessarily as far as the marks and the blinds and stuff. It was all the little extra stuff. It was like, hey, you got to honor. That's part of it too, I know. She didn't like to honor. If she would have honored better, and it was my training with her, but she would have been a master hunter before she was 2 years old. So anyway, just to give us a barometer, wherever it is late fall, I'd like to try to do that. And I don't want to step out of line too much at that same test. Are we keeping any of these dogs we got right now?
The plan was always to keep one.
Well, maybe people don't know that.
Yep. No, we always thought that we'd like one of Rye's puppies. So, and we kind of came up with a name at least 2 years ago, if not. I
was going to ask you what's its name.
It will be Pitboss Salty Black Mash. Rye is Pitboss Salty Black Rye.
And we're definitely not keeping a male.
I said we need to be put our big girl pants on and be adults, and we do not need another dog. Okay, we have enough.
All right. Again, just like I just said with. I thought Scoter could have passed a master. She could have passed a junior yesterday, and no, she couldn't have. And here's the other thing too. So, in my mind, not only the work that we're going to be doing with them, but when we go to these training days, at least the first state club, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, as soon as like they can do halfway something, we're gonna. Mash is going to be doing, even if she's like 6 months old, 7 months old, she's going to be active in the training days. Yep. So hopefully we'll be on a little faster pace with her and the pups to follow.
And the Rye dog.
Yeah, we'll get her back in.
I want to.
I just didn't do. It's easy. Am I excuse guy?
Well, we have excuses. I don't say you're an excuse guy.
All right. Well, my excuse is going to be because I came over here, like I did do back to the pile with her. I'd come over, but then like, I need to do this. I need to do that. Chris is coming to do this.
So much going on.
Yeah,
and we're in the other house, and the yard is like a 2x10. It was just not.
So, am I excuse guy? You're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't care.
I don't think you're an excuse guy. I already answered that.
All right, good. Thank you. But yes, what I'm trying to say is I did do. I've probably told this story before. Way back in the day, you knew of all the black labs that I had, all 5 of them: Coot, Diamond, Poacher, Booger, and Bristol. And sadly, well, I don't know. Happily, not really. Can't say happily. Anyway, you put them all down, but you never got to really see them run.
Nope.
So you said, hey. And once Booger was the last one gone, like, I don't want a dog. You're like, are you sure? Yep, I'm done. And you even got on OFA with Coot looking for her, and it was the Josh Butler Quack Rack Lifetime Decoys, Heyday Decoys, Texas Teal Hunt that got me back into it. Because again, the story goes, not that we weren't in contact that weekend, but as soon as I sit in the airport ready to fly home, I called you. I was like, I want a dog. And then it turned it into me, getting a hold of Alex Abraham and this whole Lisa Pavone just kind of went on and on and on. So henceforth, we're here today. All that said, where am I at, love?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm at. Oh, excuse guy. So. Thank you. I just got myself up to speed. You wanted to run a dog. You're like, oh wow, can we do this stuff with her? I was like, sure. And I don't mean any offense to anybody, but AKC Junior Hunter, if it's halfway of a retriever and it can retrieve birds, marks, you can sit there and you can hold the dog collar online. Doesn't have to be steady. What's the one thing, love, you need? It has to be able to do.
Deliver to hand.
Which means it needs to be, in my opinion, needs to be force fetched. So like, Karen, we'll get Rye, we'll force fetch her, and let's just go have fun with her. You can go run her, and it's all good. And the story goes, I just told it to somebody yesterday, training day. You didn't want to run her the first time. No. And I hadn't run a hunt test in quite a while. So anyway, I ran her in the first one. We got her through, thankfully. The one watermark, I was, she had to get out, and she was going down the channel. I wasn't sure she was going to stop. Yeah, she did. But I just wasn't sure. And then, thankfully, the next one was a double. So I ran her the first one, you ran her the second one, which I think actually she does run better for you. And then, so that's 1, 2, and 3. We need 4 passes for Junior Hunter, AKC. And the last one was it First States? No, it was Susquehanna. It was up at the property, but it was Susquehanna.
Okay.
And yeah, you ran her yourself, and you did an awesome job. I didn't, except for me telling you what I thought, you did it all. And then it's over, and you're like, well, what can we run next?
Yeah.
I'm like, she can't run a blind. So we're basically done. So then I did start to run a blind with her. Anyway, long story short, we'll get Ryan might be that 8-year-old master hunter. But we'll get her up to speed. She might be a 10-year-old master hunter. I don't know. We'll get her up to speed.
Well, I've always said as long as she seems to enjoy it. So,
well, she loves tennis balls. So, I mean, if that's...
Bumpers doesn't matter. Just she's a retriever machine.
Well, that, and I, like, you jokingly... Well, I guess you're serious at the same time, but you do say that I make her nervous. Yeah,
she's a bit of a softie. Yeah, I don't know. I do think she's kind of less I don't want to say threatened, but
well, I think I've been more of like when I force fetched her. No offense, I force fetched her, and like you were sort of part of it, but like it was me and her. Like, not you didn't really put much pressure.
The hard stuff, yeah.
So maybe she does have that little bit of thing where she,
Yeah. Whereas Skoda, she's like,
she don't care, man.
Nope, doesn't care.
No, she really doesn't. Look at her. Look at that dog. I love that dog. Yep, I'm talking about you. Look at that face. Oh, sadly yesterday, well, I wasn't sad. I kind of was. I got to see the Mac man. I did not interact with him because I didn't want to mess him up. But definitely got to see him. Alex did not reply to the video. Maybe it bothered him. Maybe
Is he training?
I'm not sure. Well, still, I just thought he would have, even if he said "fuck you," kind of thing, acknowledge it, right? But he didn't. Anyway, got to see Mac. Mac looked like he was in good shape. He's doing his hunt test thing, and I do have to tell you, Karen, I sat there and it's like, man, like, so if we had this, basically Mac would be an outdoor dog.
Yeah.
Daily. I guess he would sleep indoors at night. Yeah. But I can just envision if he was here, he'd be just out there running around with that damn tire.
Yeah.
Like just being an asshole.
Yep.
Like a lovable asshole, but an asshole.
Yeah, he needed a lot of stimulation.
Yeah, so I did get to see Mac yesterday. Kind of, I don't know, is bittersweet too strong of a saying? Because we did try super hard. I felt horrible with Alex. And Alex even said, he's like, man, don't worry about it. Like, yeah, I just really, I thought, just like had him 6 days, and I'll enter him in Master Hunter and pass him as well as a senior. Yeah. I just thought, we can make this work, But anyway, it didn't. But she does remind me of him quite a bit. She's got, she has more mannerisms of his style of breeding. I think. Would you say or not?
I mean, definitely appearances to me for sure.
That's what I mean. Like her face and
her coat.
Yeah, her eyes aren't glassed over like his, but like when she looks at you coming on, like her head. If you saw Rye is a bigger dog, but if you saw them both looking at you, to me, Skoda looks bigger.
Yeah, she has a bigger head.
Yeah, her eyes are. Yeah, her eyes are wider, broader. Yep, 100%. Oh, where am I at, love? Where am I at?
Don't know.
It was a good day yesterday. Good to get into that. The T350 worked out very well, which that was part of the whole plan. Like it's kind of like everything's. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but like stuff is like kind of coming together.
Yeah.
This is what has taken place. I don't want to be like dramatic, but like this was the plan. right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure. Nothing a truckload of $100 bills wouldn't fix, because we still have to finish the interior of this van too.
Or maybe $1,000 bills. But
there you go.
I did tell you on Wednesday when she's having them, like I guess you can never say never, or always, right? But like there's no way. I guess there's a way, but more generally, there's no way Rye could have had puppies at Pindale. Could she physically have had the puppies? Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Short term for 2 weeks, she'd been fine.
Right.
But then all of a sudden,
Yeah, but we had carpet there. It was,
well, I was just gonna say, and look at her stalking. Her right back leg is not even touching the ground.
Yes, that is she pop pointer.
I'm talking about Scoter. Oh, I think she heard me say her name. God damn, that's a good looking dog. Look at her. All right, so yeah,
it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah,
and we're on a canal, and I was like, oh my God, if these puppies get loose and we're going to be fetching them out of the canal.
This is the plan. This was the vision, the plan, the dream, the whatever. And it's kind of like, kind of coming to fruition.
Yep.
Can I go off on a tangent?
Sure.
Sometimes, I guess, this is what I struggle with. And I told Chris the Builder, Chris Wilhelm. When I say Chris the Builder, that's like a term of endearment, right? I'm not.
No, yeah.
I told Chris, man, some mornings, this is before, like, let's say it's just framed or whatever. And I was here every morning. Get up, I'm coming down Peerless Road, and all of a sudden I could see it kind of in the distance, and I'm like, Chris, I'm embarrassed. He's like, why? I was like, Chris, it's big. He's like, this is what you wanted, right? Yeah. But like, I have a little bit of humility that, believe it or not, I have some humility that like, this is big.
Yeah.
And I've kind of come off that. But that said, I still, like with all this stuff of how things kind of, if you would call them building blocks, stepping stones, whatever, like stuff like kind of like is falling in place. Could we be much further along? 100%, like what you just said. Truckload of $100 bills would definitely help our situation out. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to go off on this weird thing. It's the kind of thing of like if you don't do it, it doesn't. It can't even. If you don't think it, if you don't try to do it, like it doesn't. There's no possible way it's going to get done.
No. Yeah,
right.
And that's where.
Right.
Credit to you because.
And to you.
This would never be where we're at if it weren't for you. You kind of your job allowed it because it was out of season. For the most part, that you were able to put so many hours into this place and do so much work by yourself.
Thank you. As I sit and look at like raw wood above my head, there's still again. Look, wait a minute. Look, she's about to pounce. Look at her.
Is it a cricket?
I don't know, but she's about to pounce. So I'm going to envision like if anybody's ever seen those Discovery Channel outdoor stuff like foxes in the snow and stuff where they jump up and hit. That to me is what she's about to do.
Yeah,
there's there's no snow, but she's like
stomp on it.
Yeah, look at her. She's waiting for it to move. Oh, there she went. She really did.
That's
what I'm saying. Like that was like a fox. Like how the butts are up in the air.
Did she get it?
I don't know. That's what she did, though.
She did.
She really did.
If it was a hole there, who knows would have got stuck down it.
All right, so to rewind though, like this is, and we have an ass. Let me repeat, an ass load of shit to do, right? But like this is like this. I have a smirky smile on my face because like this is what this was all about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just good.
Yeah, we needed to get here. We had the rest of our lives to finish it. Of course, we're a little more anxious than that to get it done, but yeah, we're here.
We are, and again, so we did. If you want to go to like some check some things off. This year, the duck boat was inside every night, so we can check that off, right? Your vehicles inside, check that off.
Yeah.
One time, although I can see the enclosed trailer over there, which we need to figure. Want to do something with that, just get that out of here. That was inside. We had plenty of space, trying to get a tremendous amount of stuff done, but like it is kind of like it's moving forward and there's progress. And if we had a big checkbook, well, even if we had the big checkbook, the way things work, some stuff still wouldn't be done because we know how things work, right? Mm-hmm. But definitely, if we had a bigger checkbook, it would look a little. As I look off here to my right. It would look a little bit different, I guess. Mm-hmm. The rest of that fence is on my list.
Yeah, I'd like to get that done too.
I think we could string down another 100 feet of metal, and then do the boards. And even if we don't open it up yet, just to kind of try to get it a little further along.
Yeah.
Oh my! I am not complaining. I'm just explaining. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
We need to. Jeff needs to get his back fixed this year.
Oh, and was it yesterday? No, day before.
Yeah.
On Friday. Whew, she's a little touch and go, I have to say.
We found.
I found. Happened to be going to Harrisburg show, and I'm driving up 113, and it was like, Delaware Open Air MRI. And I'm going to say this, Karen. You were a little negative about it. You're like, oh, they're not going to be in your insurance group. It's going to cost.
We still don't know that they are.
No, they are.
Okay.
Because I did the copay.
Okay. Doesn't mean anything. They'll just send you a bill later.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it was a freaking open air MRI. Yeah. All right? This is
How many times did we try before this?
That's what I told the two girls there. I was like, this is the fourth time I'm trying this. And you're like, here? I'm like, no. This is my fourth time. Anyway, I'm telling you that what would you call the top of the MRI? Whatever that thing is that shoots down on you. Sucker was still close to my face. I was looking at it. I was like, I can do that. I was like, my head doesn't go under it. She's like, it's going to go under a little bit. She's like, just turn your head one way or the other. Like, okay. But I'm telling you, like, it was. I bet you it was within 6 inches. I don't know if I could hold my hand like this. It was within 6 inches of my nose. So I just turned my head. It did its thing, and about halfway through, I hear, "Fuel your adventure at Molly's." Easily found.
Well, you heard that because they put headphones on you to distract you.
No headphones. I'm just laying there, but like there's speakers. And I can hear WDSD and Dover's country radio, and I'm hearing these country songs. I'm like, then I hear, "Fuel your adventure at Molly's." Easily found on Route 213, just north of Chestertown. So anyway, that put a little smile on my face about halfway through because I do the Molly's radio spots. Ironically enough, Chicky, I talked to him as I drove up, and then I texted him later on. I was like, hey, man, like I got to hear myself on the radio. And he kind of gave me.
That was weird.
I thought it was pretty cool. And the one girl at the end, it's like, hey, you listen to DSD? She's like, yeah. And I was like, I do those, do you hear those Molly's commercials? She says, you mean in Kennedyville? I said, yeah. I was like, fuel your adventure. She's like, that's you? I was like, yep. She said, I love Molly's. I get boots there all the time. So anyway, cool. That was good. But yes, let's rewind. The MRI has been done. It was an open air MRI. Yes, it was very close to my head and my face. The sides were open. If I really felt like I needed to eject, I could have pulled myself out of that thing. Probably could have pulled myself out of a tube anyway, but I just didn't feel that constricted. So,
well, good. Now we've got to get the results and get this thing rolling.
Results.
It's just been months.
Just have them freaking cut me open. Let's get this shit done.
This is. I want to say ridiculous, but it's just there were so many obstacles.
The obstacles.
Yep, but hopefully now you get some relief.
I keep seeing the movie pop up on Watch It Again.
What?
Oh, brother.
Oh, gosh.
He says the obstacles wouldn't let us achieve our whatever. Yeah, there was obstacles for sure. All right, love. Have we had enough?
Yeah, I want to go check on the crew in there.
All right. I keep saying this, and I've said it, but it's going to get good. It's going to get nice. I listened to a couple podcasts that I drove up and back and forth here recently, and I'm definitely motivated, just much like yesterday going to the actually someone going to the training day, but the training day helped motivate me, and we're going to be very motivated. So look at that dog. She's crazy.
Yep. You got a lot of holes to fill in out
there. I'm gonna hand this to you. so you can run down. Love, this is the Pit Boss podcast brought to you by our very good friends at
Molly's Place Sporting Goods.
And Molly's is easily found where?
Don't do this to me.
Look at her go.
Kennedyville, Maryland.
On Route 213 in Kennedyville, Maryland. If you're not familiar with Kennedyville, it's, as we like to say, easily found just north of Chestertown. Or if you're listening to 105.7 The Fan in Baltimore, we say just an hour north of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Actually, we just say the Bay Bridge. But since if somebody's not from here, we're going to say the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. MyMolly's.com. Why don't you go down from the bottom and work up? Except it's not the bottom two, but the other ones.
Yep. Crabs to go.
Crabs to go. And again, I appreciate John checking in with me. He did call the other day, and I was like, hey, man, what's up? He's like, I haven't seen your truck. I haven't seen the van. Haven't seen you. Haven't seen you post. And I was like, man, I was like, I said the Harrisburg crud had its grip on me, and I said it's a good 2 weeks. But I said I really appreciate you checking in. So it is the freshest seafood, I'm going to say, in the Berlin, West Ocean City area. Crabstogo.com, easily found on Route 50 and Route 589. Next up, love.
Turtlebox.
Turtlebox, live loud. Turtlebox.com. We need to. Well, here's. I guess it's just my weird little makeup. I just like noise, and the noise is going to just the turtle box is in sync. I don't like in sync, but synced up. How about that? Turtle box is synced up in the shop. Going to give just it's nice to hear noise, music noise, whatever you want to call it. Podcast, everything plays very, very nicely from my phone to the turtle box. Turtlebox.com, guys. At Turtle Box, thank you very much.
Dirty Duck Coffee.
Dirty Duck Coffee. It is the Molly's exclusive. Pit Boss's Duck Boat Dark. And if you don't like dark coffee, check out dirtyduckcoffee.com. Every flavor profile out there. I'd say it. I know what you're gonna say. What would I choose if it's not for the Duck Boat Dark? What am I gonna drink next? Love.
If it's not Dirty Duck Coffee?
No. In Dirty Duck Coffee, if it's not Duck Boat Dark, what's
Was
my
it French roast?
Well, I did like that. Yes, I did like that. I don't think I was a French roast guy. I did. What's another one?
Snickerdoodle?
Yes, that's what I was trying to go with.
It was good.
Yeah, I forgot about French roast. We should get a bag of that. All right.
It was good.
And they just now have the K-Cups out. Maybe we should try some K-Cups.
We can.
DirtyDuckCoffee.com. Next up, love.
Duck Blind Bistro.
It is the ultimate outdoor oven, and they're going to be up with us, I think, in the October split of next year.
Cool.
So,
Look forward to meeting them.
Yes, thank you. Not to go off on a little bit of a tangent, but there's still this talk about, maybe Sunday hunting in Maryland next year. I don't want to go off on a tangent about that, but that would definitely affect them because we're going to lose days in October, I think. But anyway, Dirty Duck Coffee, scratch that. Duck. Not that I'm scratching Dirty Duck Coffee, but I'm talking about Duck Blind Bistro, the ultimate outdoor oven, and they're going to be here in October. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, our surroundings are a little further along here at PBHQ.
Yeah, I'd love to have them over for a cookout.
DuckBlindBistro.com. Next up, love.
Duck water boats.
I don't know if Steve Hoover's ever going to come out here again. I did
have to drive to freaking Ohio to meet him.
So real quick, I did take all this equipment to do a podcast at Harrisburg, and he was all on board about it. And we were like, "Hey man, let's come. How early are you here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm here at 7:00. Show didn't start till 9. It's like, "Oh, we can knock an hour out really quick." And I was going to do it Saturday morning. Again, I wasn't sick yet, but I was definitely feeling fat. Oh, which I didn't talk about that at all.
What?
About fatness.
Oh.
Okay, let's go through this now. I'll touch on that.
All right, but duck water boats.
Yes. So basically, the long and the short of it is Steve, his son Jeff came out. They had a boat to deliver. Steve basically left, pretty much Friday morning-ish. And he came over to say goodbye. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm not going to be able to do it." Because we're talking about doing it Saturday morning. I was going to spend another night, and I was going to hang out with him basically Saturday. So that didn't happen. But anyway, I'm rambling. Duckwaterboats.com. We are in love. What? What is the boat model?
The world's largest.
He's talking about making a 36-footer.
We're good.
All right.
We're good.
All right. Duckwaterboats.com. Next up, love.
Gunner Kennels.
Gunner Kennels. Gunner.com. The PBHQ T350 has 4 of those bad boys in there. And I think probably once we get into probably the April. Anyway, all the 9 of the puppies are going to be in one of those kennels too.
Yep.
I think so.
Have you seen their posts lately on the different colors?
The colors, yeah. Kind of, I would call them pastel.
They're cool.
Well, what color did you like?
I like the lime green. I wonder if they do a pink. That would be cool.
There was a pink, orange, and a lime green.
Oh, really? I saw the orange.
I think in purple.
Yeah.
I
saw the purple. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
Gunner.com. I think GunnerKennels.com works too. It is man's best kennel. Everyone at Gunner, thank you very much. And love.
Whaleyville Wagondales.
Did we already talk about Molly's? We did.
Yeah. Whaleyville Wagondales.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
The crud is still hanging on. You are now booking. You're going to have to get a better calendar this year. That's what you've been saying?
Yeah. I do it on my phone, but kind of feel better at this point to start writing stuff down.
100%. And Pitboss Waterfowl. If you're looking to go see duck hunting, come hang out with us. Whatever you're looking to do, let us know. pitbosswaterfowl.com. All right, so real quick, the fatness. You and I did well. You did better than me. 2 Marches ago. Noom, Noom. You lost 76. I lost 52. And then we went to PEI, and that was pretty much the end of that.
We did good for 2 years. I would say close to 2 years.
But
18 months.
But with all this going on, just again, I'm being an excuse man.
Yeah, the whole. I think routine is important.
No,
and
I'm a stress eater.
Yep, but we definitely have been busy with this place, all out of routine.
I'm on it. I'm not dehydrated. But definitely being sick definitely zapped my appetite. I'm down. You don't have to say what you're down. I'm down 12 pounds.
Wow, that's good.
So the warmer weather will help. Just me be more active. Even if my back's not 100%, good to go. Am I still going to do Back to the Pile with Scoter today?
You have to.
Yeah, I think I do. And plus, get this up edited. So, all right. Last words to you. I'm not ending this quickly. Last words to you.
Last words to me.
Yeah. What do you want to say? Anything?
Oh.
Want to say anything to anybody?
Cuss
anybody? I don't know.
Yeah. Just apologies for not having a podcast up for anyone who's been routinely listening. We're just trying to get back on track here after both of us were down and out for the count with this flu, whatever we had. But we're back at it.
That's all you want to say?
Yep. Keep on listening. Follow along.
Yeah, we do appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. If you are still listening to the end, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. I don't know. I'm out of touch with all that stuff, but do whatever you need to do there. And any other platform, please subscribe, like, share. We do appreciate you following along with us, so thank you very much. Occasionally I do have somebody say it's entertaining, so that's what it's all about, in my mind, right?
I hope so.
Because I'm not smart enough to teach anybody anything. I'm not.
No, of course you are.
No, I'm not. I am not. All right, lots of stuff going on. Puppies and puppies and puppies and warm weather and springtime, and I'm just ready.
Keep on building.
Yeah, I'm ready to get a suntan. That's what I'm ready
Sounds
for.
Good to me.
All right, love. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate you, especially with the Rise puppies. So
my pleasure.
We still have a lot to do there, but all right. This has been the Pit Boss Podcast, brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods, mymolly's.com. Thank you very much. Boom. Boom.